How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Benji's Vlogs and Whatnots 2.0. I am Benji. It is a nice, lovely day to, as you would say, get one of these stogies going. It's one of many that we've been, as you would say, smoking. And we absolutely love it. Absolutely can't get enough of these, to be absolutely honest. And what a day to have the number one. This is the number one stogie, Romeo y Julieta number one cigar. I've been smoking the number threes, which are the smaller ones, but this is the number one. And it looks like I haven't quite lit it up properly, so we're just going to get trusty old matches back out, make sure that we can light it up properly. As you guys can see up the top there, not quite lit properly. So we are a very happy man at this given time, guys. For a very simple fact that we've got 4 days off. Today being the first day, which is a Sunday. By the time this video comes out, I'll be on my second day. So yeah, we are looking forward to doing something today. Not sure what exactly, but as you guys can tell, it is a little bit windy at the moment. And as you guys can tell with the reflection, it is a bit cloudy, but I don't think there's going to be any rain for today. But there is a little bit of wind, which is a bit of a pain, but it is what it is at the end of the day. Gives us a bit of time to smoke this stogie. Probably take us about an hour, but that's alright by my books. Now I'm probably going to get criticised by the way that I'm smoking it too. That's alright, everyone has their own techniques of doing so. So what we're going to do is we're going to sit back and enjoy this. And there is a few other things that we want to get done today, so as long as it's not going to be too stinking hot or whatever, then we should be pretty much right. Alrighty then. Doesn't look like we're going to be doing much outside, to say the least. Especially with this bloody weather. I was going to go down to the shed to do a little milk, but we do need somewhat of a calmer situation than this. Not only that, we have a bit of a bloody storm coming. Sitting right over there at the moment. I did hear it rumble just before, so yeah, not looking forward to that. As you can tell, it's starting to get a bit choppy out there, so trying to even do a simple burn or melt is probably not a good idea, because I can tell you right now, trying to pour that molten metal is only going to spray it friggin' everywhere. I don't think that's going to take too long to get down to here. That's one thing that I always find worst about this time of any rain, is coming from 28-30 degrees down to 15 degrees with rain. It'll basically make it very humid very quick, and that makes us very clammy. But all we can really do at this point is just sit inside, because there's not much we can do out there. I unfortunately did miss my opportunity, so that is basically on me. Because of the weather outside being as kind and friendly and everything else in between, the best thing we can do is sit in here and have some lunch. And just as I was speaking, it started thundering out there, and Miss Baxter is going absolutely bloody bazonkers at the moment. She's not happy at the moment, so I'm going to have to try and calm her down a little bit. I do apologise, guys. Well, to be honest with you, we haven't really done much today. I had a bit of a bite of noodles, meat morning, just had dinner. And in between those two little feasts, we basically laid down in bed for probably about 2 hours. I was too bloody hot, too muggy, too clammy to really be doing anything. Even lying in bed, I was sweating me bloody balls off. Not only that, guys, this is trying to be thunderous. You can probably just barely hear mild thunder going off at the moment. It does sound like a lot of it is back that way, but it's trying, but it's not really, as you would say, successfully being loud. And just as quickly as it comes, it is gone. It's the same with the ruddy rain. It all is gone. Got a little bit of cloud left over, but at least we won't be woken up at 2 o'clock in the morning with a little clap of bloody thunder. At least it's cooled down a bit. It's not as muggy. That's right. At least we'll be able to, as you would say, have a good decent sleep. But the bonus thing is, no work for tomorrow, aka Monday. Bloody beautiful. I don't know about you guys, but I think I'm going to go and have a bit of a snooze for tonight. There's not really much else we can do for today. Hopefully tomorrow is going to be, as you would say, a little bit more pleasant than today. Yes. It's not too bad of a day, to be honest. It's a little bit overcast at the moment, as you guys can tell. There's a bit of smog, hardly any breeze around, so I really technically can do a little melt today. Now the question I have is, how much gas do I have left? I'm going to go down to the shed and have a bit of a gander at that to see if we have any gas, or how much gas we got left. Because at this temperature, there will be a potential of it, as you would say, freezing the canister, which is not going to be good, especially if we're trying to melt down a kilo or so of copper, which we do know it takes a while for it to melt down. The bad boy we need to check is that right there. Need to make sure that we do have enough to, as you would say, melt. Personally, I don't think there's enough in that to really do anything. We'll have to go swap that around at some point, either today or tomorrow. I'm hoping that we get paid tomorrow so we can go down to the thing and basically swap it around, get a new gas cylinder. Would have been bloody awesome to do a little bit of a melt today, simply because we do have, as you'd say, a full thing of copper. Some little bit of a slaggy bit that we managed to get out of it. But yeah, we got all that pretty much melted down at some point. So we do again have to go and change that gas cylinder around in the next day or two, and once that happens we can at least melt this down and basically make up a couple of bits and pieces. I reckon we'll probably make up a couple of these big ones. We might even go up and grab the other copper that we got sitting up in our little I wouldn't say pirate's chest, but we ended up buying a little chest from the antique shop. So I reckon we'll get the melt done on Wednesday, simply because of this right here. As everyone knows, pay doesn't always go in on time, so sometimes it'll go in on a Wednesday morning, so we might have to run down to Mitre 10 tomorrow. And is it Mitre 10? It's the hardware shop down the road, so we still got to go and swap it over. Hopefully we get paid tomorrow morning or sometime tomorrow, so we can at least still go down and, as you would say, get a new gas canister, so we can at least do it. And that right there is a little chest that we've got for our little pieces of ingots that we usually melt at the best of times. And that's what the inside of it looks like. So we've got aluminium, brass, copper. I don't really have that much copper, but we do have more brass and aluminium. We do have a ton of it down in the shed at the moment. So a mix between some other pieces that I've got on the bed. I reckon we can take these down and melt these down. That's probably at least probably coming close to a damn kilo, I reckon. Mix between that and this, plus the stuff that we got down in the shed in the crucible already. I reckon we'd have a couple of good decent sized pieces that we're going to do. I don't know if you guys remember from the last channel when we were melting, this is really an end result of running out of gas. And I can tell you right now, with the amount of gas that we've got in that cylinder at the moment, we will definitely lose and run out of gas, I reckon, about halfway through. And we don't want that. We want to be able to melt it down and mold it. So maybe I should have another look on eBay. I haven't done it for a while, so I might have another look and see if we can find bigger molds. But I think we've got enough. I don't think we need any more. But it would be nice to have something bigger so we can melt it all down and just pour it all into one big bloody ingot. Would be nice. While we wait for us to get paid, go and get more gas, we're going to have ourselves a little bit of, as you'd say, percolated coffee. We still have a little bit of the ground stuff right there, but we're not going to be able to really use that unless we decide to tip it into just a normal cup of hot water, but I don't think so. I much prefer the percolated stuff. Listen to that though. It's going to be quite a nice little cup of coffee for this morning, no doubt. I'll have this and figure out what our next step is going to be. All we're going to do now, guys, is just sit here and enjoy this percolated coffee. Look at that colour. That is a sexy colour coffee. Yummy, yummy, bloody yummy. I don't usually have milk in this, but it's going to be going down just nice. I can tell you right now, guys, this thing is going to make my hair go kaboom. Without a doubt, I am going to be peeking off my bloody head with this. That's one thing I do love about this coffee, to say the bloody least. But either way, guys, like I said, I'm going to have to just sit and wait until we get paid so we can go get another gas cylinder. That one does have a little bit left in it, but there's no use for me, so I'll just take it back, do what I need to do with it, swap it around, bring the other one back, and then hopefully tomorrow we can, as you would say, have a melt. Because I wouldn't mind, as I said, melting those things down. They are going to take a while to melt down, and plus all the stuff that we've got in the crucible already. But we can't do that until we get the gas. So yeah, I'm going to have to sit and wait. So in saying that, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. I want to thank each and every one of you for being a part of this video. But for now, I'm going to say Arrivederci and everything else in between. And until the next time, guys, as always, keep it cheesy.